So this could be a long one. You may want to get your popcorn ready, and if you actually enjoy movies like, maybe Human Centipede or, the Saw or something like that, you might like this, because this is going to be absolute torture. It's not just tough enough that we're going to have to rebuild literally the entire roster. Not just that, but we also have to deal with contracts like Myles Garrett has and Deshaun Watson. Thankfully for us, though, I'm not sure how they coded it, but I believe his penalty is like 45 mil. So if we're lucky, maybe like a couple years from now, that'll just be like down to nothing, perhaps. I'm not sure. But it's not just bad enough that it's a 0 overall team. It's not bad enough that we have those huge penalties and contracts we can't get rid of. But the biggest thing of them all is that we have no draft picks. We have no first-round pick, no third-round pick, and then no first-round pick next year. So realistically, we might not be drafting in the first round until season 3, which is kind of nuts. But because this is such a challenge, I will be pulling out every single stop I can, no matter what it takes. If I got a chance to get CJ Gardner-Johnson, who was actually traded to the Eagles, if I can get him for real cheap, I'm going to do it. If I can get any player cheap at all, even if it's like a third-round pick, whatever it is, I'm going to do it. But once again, with that, you have to think strategy, because do I want to go for a guy that's, let's say, 27? He's like, an 88 overall, 27. He's not hard to get, but I'm not going to be ready till he's about 30 to start getting going and start doing well. There's a lot of thought into it, but once again, the main focus is to get talent. And I really don't know how I want to focus on this. I don't know how I want to approach this, because do you really want a QB that early? Like, they could still develop, maybe get a quarterback and 2 wide receivers, and everyone else sucks. I don't know. This is going to be a challenge, and of course, I'm going to pull out the old youth. I'm going to need your help today to complete this challenge. If you leave a like and you subscribe, it's going to help me out a ton, and you're going to help everyone else around you. I don't know. But, if you are new, maybe leave a like, maybe subscribe. We do a ton of franchise stuff, and I think we have fun. I mean, I kind of have to say that, but, I mean it. I still mean it. That's still important. Also, if you're not new, really appreciate your continued support. Also, Twitter.com/Jeromepkr. I've been tweeting a little bit more there lately. And second channel, PK Plays, which I know I promised I would start uploading again this week. And it may be 91-0 in preseason. Oh my god. But of course, I will hopefully post something by Friday, which would probably be Far Cry. So maybe go subscribe over there, trying to get to, I don't even know if we have 4K subs over there or not. It's hard to get people moving on there, but anyways, to the, once again, absolute challenge. I don't know why I'm slow simming. Like, what am I hoping for, a breakout that I'm not going to even use the player for? Also, I did want to mention that this rebuild idea was, I don't remember who it was first. I remember mentioning this last year as well. It was either Bengal or RBT. It was definitely one of them, I believe. I apologize if it was someone completely different, but I'm pretty sure it was one of them that, created this idea. So shout out to them. And I'd imagine some point in the Madden cycle, maybe even in a week, maybe in a couple months, I don't know. But that they'll probably do one as well, so definitely check that out. And if not, while you're waiting, check out their other content. They make great stuff. And let's get back to the torture. So as you would have expected, 0-17. We also do have 77 mil to work with, apparently. I don't know if that's a thing that's actually the case in real life or not, but once again, not having your own draft pick without, with an 0-17 season is real pain. That's kind of where you usually get kind of a huge boost in these types of rebuilds, which is why I decided I want to give a real challenge to ourselves with this. I could have been like the Texans or something, and oh, I got 4,500 draft picks and the rebuild's almost over. But no, I'm doing this, and it's a challenge. Of course, the running back, I believe, actually will be negative in yards, won't he? Negative 47, nice. Of course, the Super Bowl is between the Ravens and Washington Commanders. I really don't care if the Ravens win. We have way more on our mind right now than some division rivalry. Like, where our rivalry is bankruptcy at this point, because nobody's coming to see our games if we're losing by 100. Like, I wouldn't even want to go if I was the other team, and my quarterback was going to have a better chance at MVP because he gets to play them, It's just like, I would not care. But looking at the contracts, losing some of these guys, I imagine, is going to help us. Losing Jack Conklin, Not having to pay guys like, I mean, Ronnie Harrison was probably going to be cheap anyways. Clowney, Greedy Williams, Kareem Hunt. It helps, but also, now we have 38 mil. We've lost half the roster. We lost half of our money, and I would say lost half of our hopes, but we really didn't because I don't really have a whole lot of hopes here. But Watson, don't tell me we save 18. Okay, wait. Things are happening. Okay, it's going down. It's going down. It's happening. All right, so 38 mil. We got to make smart decisions. Tom Brady is a free agent. We can't go QB. That is just the dumbest thing because A, they're not going to last forever no matter who they are. B, we don't want to do good. We want to suck. Jordan Love's a free agent. I want him. It's just so hard because, like, in the draft, like, every part of my being is going to want to get a quarterback that's halfway decent, even though we all know that would be really stupid this early on. This is a contract I kind of like. It's like a 2-year 8 or something like that for Jalen Reagor, who's 24. It's going to be tough to develop him, but I think he's young enough to actually work with. And once again, I like I said, it's going to be fully unrealistic because we don't really do, fantasy-style rebuilds often anyways. So I kind of want to see what happens. But, like, if Donovan Peoples-Jones accepts a 4-year deal worth whatever the hell this is, like 10 mil, that's so so what? Join us. It's tough to make these contracts no matter what. So if he accepts it, even if it's a glitch in the game, it's probably super uncommon. All right, we got Jalen Reagor. That's a win. We've got one player over a 0 overall, which is pretty cool. Any offer with another team on it, we will have to pull, sadly. And there we go. Hey, we got Chris Barnes as well. It was like a 3-year, I don't even know, 10. He's always a really good value. I don't know, if that was a great play, but it was a good one, I guess. Hey, we take that. A 4-year 30 for Sean Murphy-Bunting, who's superstar dev, 26. He should be a contributor near the end of his career where we may be good enough to maybe make a run, perhaps. I'm trying to make plays like that. Like, Reagor can be here forever. Barnes can be here forever. Murphy-Bunting can be here till 30-31. So I think that's good enough. And then as far as our other targets go, we're not going to get Julian and probably not going to get Donovan as we offered him like nothing. So one of the first things I want to do in this rebuild is to, of course, land. They go DT number 1 overall. Really, Texans? This is why you're where you are. But I want to go O-line because that is one of the slower developing positions. And obviously it's a very important position. So I think we found a couple of 3 to 4 round guys that we're going to work with. I absolutely need as much value as I can, though. And the Buccaneers are kind of giving that to me. That probably is what I'm going to end up taking. And it is. Tampa Bay is going to be the trade we take. 56 and 88 for 1, which doesn't even feel like a steal even then. But we can take what we can take, and we get what we get. Then Detroit gives us 69 and 101 for pick 24 in the second round, which we will obviously take as well. And we might debatably take our first player here if the price is right. One of my players is Sam Davidson, and he looks pretty damn solid. He obviously has a great bench and all that. I think he is about as safe a lineman as you could literally get, especially in a 3 to 4 projection. I just need like 40% of the class to be hidden. And we start off strong with a hidden development trait guard, which of course he could play kind of anywhere probably. Not really like super unexpected to be hidden or not, but Meadow is not the guy I have. I have a center. Kind of debating if I want to make a play because once again we do have a lot of like day 3 guys. I don't know if we can really afford to trade up for linemen. And one of the players does go. Morrow goes. We have a Hunter still, the center. I don't really have many more linemen than that, though. I have 2 more linemen. Potter's a little iffy. Hunter I knew less about. He was behind Morrow for me. He's also weaker. I don't know if I can actually go for him. So I do have a cornerback here. He's a little raw, but he is 6'3", and he is decently athletic. I'm kind of debating on going for him. I don't know if I really need a quarterback that badly, but Eddie Sharp, he's decent. He's in a couple of B's, a couple of C's, and he has an elite throw power. I'm kind of debating on going for him as well, and there's so many different options. I'm not really sure what I want to do here. I'm actually going to reach a little bit and take Warren Beachum. He's a day 3. Maybe it's not even much of a reach at all. Day 3 could literally be like the start of round 4, but B finesse, he's decently athletic. I can't really do much better than him. Warren Beachum's my choice. Normal development trait, 22, but, you're not going to get hiddens everywhere. And while, like I said, I don't want to go QB too early, it would be nice to at least be developing someone. So I'm going to take Eddie Sharp. Oh, normal, I would have loved to see Hayden, but I suppose if he's decent, which is going to be hard to be with this surrounding talent, the dev up XP could be a bonus, so And then we're going to take Elliot Bernil. He's got a little bit of potential, A to C. I'd imagine it's probably going to be an A or a B. Usually when it's an A zone coverage, it literally is, but very athletic. Elliot Bernil. And a hidden development trade. That is a nice little win. Once again, it's a linebacker. It's not the hardest position to develop, so I'm not going to get nuts over it. Quincy Sapp's still there. It kind of makes me think that we maybe didn't do so bad on that. And then, of course, we have one of those busted nose tackles. Even though we don't really need a nose tackle, he's better than anything we got going on. So Cordell Lynch, 99 strength, but not hidden. We ended up trading a 7th-round pick with 129 to move up to 112. Once again, I don't know if that's super realistic. I think it'd probably be a little more costly. But with such a handicap already given against us at this point, I mean, what can I do? Like, I'm not going to just, I'm not going to just make everything, oh, it's unrealistic. You're not doing it. Potter is probably my choice here. We need more linemen. He's a little iffy. He's a little raw, but he does have a couple of redeeming factors. He sucks as a pass blocker, but as a run blocker, he's decent. A impact. This could be actually a sell, but I'm going to grab him. Andrew Potter. Normal, and it was a sell. Damn it. Somehow a 5th and a 6th next year went for 122, which we'll be using to grab a running back. We had 3 running backs, and the first 2 went, so I will be going for the final running back, which is Tatum, who, of course, is the worst of the bunch, but he's still decent, so we're going to try and grab him. Normal development trait, 90 speed, 89 excel, 88 agility. Expect him to be a decent trucking back, and once again, 21 years old, time to develop. So we're at pick 19 in the 5th round, and we have a blazing fast wide receiver, Jeremiah Anthony. Probably going to be super raw, but he's not much worse than the other guy, and he's obviously going to be fast, which thought maybe be a little bit fast, but that's still insanely speedily. We trade 161 for 2 7th-round picks this year, which, of course, we desperately need. We need quantity. I mean, we need everything, pretty much everything. Anything at all would help, and quantity is the biggest need at this point. So we are now going to make a run at special teamers. Kicker, he's the worst of the 3 we're trying to go for here, but he's literally the only guy with even good kick power. So Harry McIntosh, 92 kick power, starting kicker. And now I think about it, why didn't I go for the punter first, just in case? Like, I don't know when, players go. Usually they just go undrafted anyways, but the punter is way better. I don't know why I didn't just grab him first. He has great kick power with B kick accuracy. Ted Cotton, welcome to the team. 95 kick power, not bad. And then for the final piece, the fullback who, he's a fullback. And here's the fullback, Mick Ham, which, interesting name. All right, draft recap. I'm just looking for a couple of decent players. They're all starters. 75 overall left guard. The nose tackle, 74. We got some pretty good overalls. The wide receiver was a 72. The quarterback, of course, the most important position on a football field, was by far the lowest overall. However, usable. Definitely usable. Although I will say, especially with the number on his jersey, he looks like a classic Browns bust QB, ain't gonna lie. There are 2 players I wanted to see, though. Justin Glass, 70 overall, 21, 6'4". Actually insane. What? Okay, his injury does suck, but it's a rebuild anyways. He's insane. And you might be thinking, why are you overreacting? He's 21, 6'4", 91 speed, with 81 release out the gates. Like, I think the highest release of any of the real-life rookies was like something around 74 or 75. And that's like, top 20, top 30 pick. That's kind of busted. I also want to see the cornerback that we were going to take but decided not to, and it was the Patriots that took him. Mr. Sapp, 67 overall, normal as expected. Usable, but he is a project, which, clearly we have nothing like that on the team. So it's not my best work of a year 1 off-season from, a 0 overall rebuild, but we added some talent. We've got a long-term running back potentially in Tatum. Sharp we'll see about. Anthony, he'll at least at minimum be a slot receiver for the rest of this rebuild. Davidson, obviously long-term starter. Potter, maybe long-term starter. Rager, hopefully long-term starter, but everyone else probably replaced at some point. And then defensively, long-term starter in Barnes. Bernier is going to have to play left out, but those 2, at least Bernier is going to be a long-term starter. Same with Murphy Bunting. Lynch probably, and Beecham possibly, but we got maybe like 25% of the roster filled in one offseason without a first or I think it was third round draft pick this year. We also didn't look at the devs, but I'm going to be honest with you, it really doesn't matter too much. Star dev, and I'd imagine the guard. Actually, to be fair, the guard was pretty good. He could be superstar, but even if he was, it's not going to change that much. And he's not anyways. Hey, Bernier is going to be a, 10k XP guy. We'll see if he gets the next one, but 10k XP. All right, so we had one kind of guy I wanted to keep from, our negotiations, and it was Fenton. We offered him a 3-year, $24 million deal, and he was like, I'm going to free agency. I enjoyed playing for you, which, of course, was a lie, obviously, and boom. Of course, another 0-17 season, as you would expect, is we're not that great. However, we obviously limited opposing teams a lot more, and we almost took down the Super Bowl runner-up with only a 7-point deficit. So obviously vastly improved, but also obviously very far from a good team or even just, a couple of wins. Sharp, the starting quarterback, 21 touchdowns, 21 picks. You kind of expect stuff like that. Tatum was really bad. Receiving, though, Jalen Reagor, really good. If that's not star dev, I don't know what is. Anthony, not bad at all, obviously, for a youngster to step into the role. Blocking, I've actually seen similar numbers with good linemen, so I don't even blame it. Bernier could be a superstar. Same with Barnes. Sack totals 5.5 for him. He really did have a good year. He's become a superstar. McIntosh was great. We have a billion kickers and punters, which is awesome. And yeah, I don't know if we would have won any awards. Maybe Reagor would have been up there for Pro Bowl chance. Maybe Bernier for the MVP of defensive players. Nice. Rookie of the year. We'll take that. That's what I was trying to say, of course. Just, I said it the way I normally do say things, which is eloquently, obviously. I mean, speaking of Super Bowl runner-up, the Bengals are back in the Super Bowl, and this time they win it. So, if we would have won that game, are we basically Super Bowl champions? I'm just saying. Kind of, to be fair. Fenton, the tag would be 23 mil. Of course he went to star. I mean, I wanted him. I did want him. Also, this guy went up in dev. Not that I really care too much. We're desperate, but we're not that desperate. Let's take a look if there was any dev ups on offense. Like I said, Reagor had to. Bruh. Nah. If he sucks and loses his dev because of it, fair enough. But he, especially where he was a year ago in real life, nah, dude. Playing for this team, he's really representing that number 12 well. Defensively, we see a bunch of dev ups, actually. Lynch went up in dev. Beecham went up in dev. Went down in dev. Sean Murphy Bunting, which is harsh, but I think he did have a pretty bad year. I mean, you can't really, how do you decide if that was a really bad year or not? Because pick numbers are the only thing that really show up. Of course, Bernier and Barnes went up in dev. Fair enough. Not terrible. We got a couple of, players that went up, and we got a couple of cornerstone pieces for the future, it seems. Not a whole lot, but a few. Of course, once again, even though we're making the rule that anything goes, we also want to play it smart. I don't want to pay Justin Herbert $60 million per year and be crippled for the rest of our lives when we're not even ready to win anyways right now. If I was going to go for a quarterback, it would either be in the draft or they would have to be really cheap. And right now, outside of Daniel Jones, who's 27, I'm not seeing that. All right, so we have offered CeeDee Lamb a contract worth, I don't even know how much it was. I think it was literally expected value. Dobbins, a little bit over expected value. Isaiah Simmons, a slightly under expected value. Bryce Hall, about the same. And Kinlaw, a lot less. If we can get half of this, this would be great. And did we actually get most of them? We got a lot of them. We actually got CeeDee Lamb, Dobbins, Isaiah Simmons, and Bryce Hall. Going a little bit against what we kind of said we were going to do with these two signings, but we need a solid running back, and Dobbins obviously is that. And then CeeDee Lamb, you need a really good wide receiver, and he is obviously that for us, or will be anyways. So this is really good. We have the linebackers set, cornerbacks are set, running back and wide receiver seems to be set. It's just everything else that needs to be taken care of. Of course, only $9 million cap room, but the thing with this is that we're actually going to be saving money per year rather than having to pay someone each year. We're not going to have to pay anyone anytime soon. Nick Chubb, that's a sliver of a saving. Once again, probably dumb to take pen hits when, really don't need the money. But once again, just trying to get rid of players every single time I can just so we can get rid of that super burden that's on us and just know what we're working with. So we do have a quarterback. He's a 1 of 2, and I risked it just because, like, he looks decent, but we're once again not really ready for a quarterback, but we're literally right here, and the guy does look good, and sure, maybe we can get a quarterback next season instead, but with some of the additions we made, maybe not actually. Nah, we're not going to go for it. This is tough, because we do not have a lot of draft picks, and we can't really reach into next year, because if we suck again, that would really suck to lose those players, but this is the quarterback. He's 1 of 2. His name is Jimmy Steffens. He is decently fast, and he's got a bunch of really good ratings. A short, B accuracy from medium and deep, A throw on the run, A under pressure, A break sack. This guy is really talented. But honestly, I'm not even really just in the, the questioning of trading up for him, but just taking him at all, because once again, we have no third, we have no fourth. Looked like we had no fifth. I don't even know, but we have like nothing. And we do have a lot more talent and a lot more positions to fill, but once again, quarterback is the most important position, and it is a very good-looking guy. Yeah, it is. Yeah, touching wieners. They won't even take this. I'm just going to go to 33. If the guy's there, he's there. If he's not, he's not. Like I said, we're probably projected to be a top 5, maybe even, once again, pick 1 overall next season. We can grab a quarterback then if we need to be. We really can't even afford to trade up, let alone, really make any... He's still there? He's still there? Jimmy Steffens, welcome to the team. Yes! Okay, that's a win. Wow, that head. Wow. It's really not the biggest positional need ever, but, like, this guy's got potential, dude. 4.6, 40, A catch, A medium route, B short, A spec. I mean, A to B truck was that? I mean, we need a tight end. He's 21. I'm going to grab him. And he's hidden. This guy looks solid. This looks like David Njoku, but maybe better. But he's not going to be a 12 overall like he is here. So I moved down to the 5th round because obviously we're not going to be able to make any trade-ups anywhere higher than that. This guy is somehow an undrafted projected player. We got to go for him. I'm not sure exactly when he'll go, but like 6th round probably would be safe to say, to maybe take a chance on him. He looks good. I mean, look at that pass blocking. And I'm actually going to move down to our next pick because I remember we got Kinlaw as our DT2, technically DT1 perhaps. Bullard just went. Hopefully the other guy was there. That was actually maybe the guy I was going to take right then and there. That's a little bit of an L. Oh, we're down to like 2 picks. What about Hatchet? I'm really surprised we're down to just these 2, but Hatchet, 5'9", does have that C zone. I think I'm going to grab him and play him at... I'm going to play him at safety. That is not a bad pick. And, I mean, we can maybe get something for that 7th round pick. We sold. I can't believe that lineman's gone. We are really selling with the O-line, though. Not a bad offseason, but once again, no offensive lineman again, dude. Not even that hard of a position to draft nowadays in Madden, yet we're just completely ignoring it because, well, we don't really have many draft picks, in fairness. And honestly, we could really use like anyone at starting lineman. So anyone with a day 3 projection with okay strength, I'm just going to grab. So we only had 4 players, but some pretty decent players. At least the first 2. Obviously the first 3. The third one is a hidden development trade as well. But Steffens, the automatic starting quarterback. Also, the other guy we got, his overall was decent. So maybe we can get something off of him. But let's please, superstar. Only star, of course. Still good, and obviously we do actually have a talented receiving threats while adding this new tight end to that list. The guy is kind of busted. No possession, which kind of sucks. Trucking, it's good for a CPU-drafted tight end, but definitely not A to B like they said. It's pretty bad. Dev, though, is superstar. There we go. That is a nice little step. Let's go 87 because it looks sick. And then our new free safety, Jeremiah Hatchet, very fast, probably raw, but yeah, really good in zone. Well, maybe not really good, but decent in zone and pretty bad in man, as you would kind of expect based on what we've seen for his potentials. And his dev is, as expected, star dev. And now I really want to see that lineman who was gone by round... Was it round 6? Was he already gone? This was the guy. He was a 75 overall hidden. I knew he was going to be decent, but I didn't think he was going to be that good. Oh my god, unprojected mid-5th. Okay, I guess. I'm sure that's not them cheating and knowing exactly what his dev and overall is. Clearly not. We're doing it. This is the year we're doing it. Deshaun Watson released, 27 mil hit, but we saved 19 mil. We're doing it. I don't care. We can also do the same for Mr. Wyatt Teller. Why does every team think I want a quarterback for my quarterback? Like, could we not? Quarterback value is so busted. Sharp, a 4th this and a 6 next year for Elton Jenkins, who I imagine would have been paid something around like a 4-year 80, with half of that being guaranteed. Hopefully it wasn't just a 1-year deal. If it was, we kind of actually got scammed. Easy clap. So we now have 2 starting linemen for the future. Let's see if we can do more. And even though he's not super great in the game, we're going to get a Cam Jurgens for a 5th this, 2 7ths. You know, it's someone somewhat young and decent. Actually, I should have taken a look at his tags. Because if he's got, like, decent tags, that's probably why it seemed like it actually kind of costed us a bit. I know, future starter, it's probably why. But I know it's not really expensive when you consider, you know, where they took him in real life. But in-game, 25 normal, we kind of overpaid. I might actually try to see if I can trade him for somebody even, like, easier to get. Because obviously he'll still have value. It's just, you know, we're kind of doubling up the effort here. Hey, those tags are so busted. Cam Jurgens for David Edwards is only 2 years older, but is on contract longer and is 8 overalls higher. Surely this team is good enough to win a couple of games. Surely. All right, so we're on to year 3 now. Technically year 2, though, because we didn't really have much to do in that first year other than, like, the offseason. But the team is obviously coming along. It's not great, but it's coming along. You have this guy. You have that guy. You have one of those. You have this. You have that. You have these fellas. And, of course, you have this. A lot of really good talent, obviously. And we're actually looking pretty good. Left end could be here for the future. Lynch should be. Corners, maybe we replace at some point. But as of right now, the top 2, I'm perfectly fine with starting forever. Linebackers, I think I'm fine with starting forever. Quinn was in free agency, so I signed him. A.J. Dillon was there too. But, you know, we don't really need a running back like him. Obviously, he's he's a little bit of a power back, whereas Dobbins is like a little bit of everything. The team's not terrible. Obviously, we'll see what we have to actually like replace, or if someone's not developing. But center and right guard might be the only 2 positions we have to replace on the line. We'll see left tackle perhaps. Receivers, number 1 is great. Running back 1 is great. Quarterback 1 should be good. And then defensively, like we said, we actually have probably like 65-70% of the roster now. So we actually do have some re-signings. We have money. I just don't know if we have a leg to stand on in the sense of will they want to stay around. Of course, Jalen Reagor's not asking for a lot. I would need, we can get that. Just, hold your horses. I am not paying David Andrews a 3 or 36. No, absolutely not. Brooks, maybe. Everyone else, probably no. So basically just Reagor, who I may be willing to go up to 35 for. All right, we're bumping that to a 4-year 35. How? Dude, what do you mean? How is it that BS? Like, 2 offers, and I'm bumping the offer by, like, what is that, $2.5 million per year each time? And he's like, nah, I'm not even going to negotiate. If I was him, I would negotiate forever, because it seems like we're so desperate, we'd be willing to freaking up the offer for years. Well, we might have to tag him. I don't know. What a game, dude. I get it. We don't have, franchise quarterback or whatever the hell he's looking for, but, like, nearly $10 million per year as an 80 overall star when he was almost just on the cusp of being released probably by Philly, where we actually made a play for him. Actually was released, wasn't he? We made a play for him, and, we showed him some love, and he developed here, and he's like, nah, no loyalty. Screw that. Like, all I ask is you keep hearing me out, You don't have to... Oh, a quarterback prospect. I don't even know if I've ever seen that. As expected, though, improvement. We won 3 games. I didn't change anything with the scheme or anything like that, but we were able to win 3 games. Who's that quarterback? Is that... Who's the quarterback? I don't know why I thought it was our quarterback. I don't know why. I thought it was. But of course, looking at the numbers, not a bad year, though. 32 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, nearly 5,000 yards. Rushing was obviously better. Receiving, CeeDee Lamb killed it. Could be an X factor. Reagor, I kind of get why he wanted more money, because he is kind of killing it for us. Blocking, pretty good stuff, except for left tackle. Elton Jenkins still allowed 11. It tackles a bunch of them, so Simmons and Barnes could go up in dev here, whereas we may see a drop in dev for the rookie, but then again, he is young. Robert Quinn, the sack master, somehow interceptions, not a whole lot. Kicking, not great. Punting, okay. Kick return, punt return game, no touchdowns, but the yards seem to be pretty high, which might just be us giving a lot of touchdowns up. As far as the awards go, probably, yeah, Rookie of the Year for the quarterback. Not bad, and overall, number 10 on the quarterback list, which isn't great, but it's still there. It's a number. We're up there. CeeDee Lamb, number 1 wide receiver. O-line, not on the list. D-line, not on the list. Linebacker, not on the list. DB, okay, let's just stop talking about it. Let's just forget about anything there. But hey, best wide receiver, a couple of okay close awards, and Rookie of the Year, which is superstar dev for our young man, and worth the pick. Obviously worth the pick. We got him in the first pick in the second round, which of course means no. I didn't even think about it. We should have just traded one spot up so we can get that 5th-year option. That's kind of a sell on us, but then again, hopefully we won't need that extra year. Maybe we'll have a Super Bowl trip by then. Franchise tag is 27 mil. I'm sorry, Rager, you're not even close to worth that. Not even like half of that. So we are going to need a new wide receiver, technically, kind of. Maybe we can get him back, but before we actually look at all this, we probably should look at our roster to see what we need and what we're willing to spend. Like, we have struggled to get linemen a little bit, so I'm willing to probably go for one lineman, whether that's like a center guard or tackle. Of course, CeeDee Lamb goes up in dev. Anthony's doing well, but his overall is not going up that high. Dobbins drops in dev. Love that. Love paying a guy for him being a superstar for him to drop in dev literally immediately after and still be paid that because there is no restructuring factor or feature in the game. Of course, looking at defensively, we did not see a dev up from anyone, but we also didn't see a dev down, so could be worse. Garrett actually had a dev down, which, I mean, I don't really care, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, it's not terrible. We can afford it. We have plenty of money. We have good draft picks, good positioning of draft pick as well, and we actually may be a playoff team as soon as next year. I'm not even joking you. So we were able to get Devontae Smith for a 4-year, $85 million deal. Trey Smith, a 3-year, what was that, a 30-something mil, and then Sweat, a 2-year, 25 mil, which is a little costly, but they are all very talented guys, especially the top two, and Sweat was probably the least, well, not even probably, the 100% least long-term value guy anyways. Taking a lot of talent from that NFC East, I'll tell you what. Ooh, we can get rid of Joel Bitonio. Next year would probably be Myles Garrett. Things are moving in the right direction here. We also, last second, added DJ Reid, a 1-year, $8.5 million deal to play safety for us, which hopefully does boost his rating because, once again, he is an 89 zone corner, which you would assume raises his safety ability, which somehow it doesn't. I don't know how, but I guess not. Blockshed does kind of suck, but meh. Pick 1 overall, a pick that I would almost never use in this situation, but I'm kind of debating this Trent Blade guy as he looks kind of busted. He's 6'6", he's 278, he's got a B finesse, a power move, a tackle, very athletic. I mean, he could be really good. He could be really good, but do we really need a pass rusher that bad? I mean, the current DN we have, we're developing, but is he that good? I don't know. If we were to trade down from here, we would be juiced forever, but the question is, do we need to be juiced forever? A power, A tackle, B finesse. If he had C finesse, I'd say no shot in hell, but since he has that B finesse, it tells me he's going to be one of those guys that's so good with dual style that he's just a god. I don't know, dude. Like, do we really need a pass rusher that bad? 278, 6'6", very athletic. In fairness, he's like a god, dude. Like, this is like Clowney, but bigger. I'm going to go from Trent Blade. Hidden development trait. Okay, on the right path. I mean, you would... Huh? He's white? Huh? Okay, sure. 86 speed, though. 88 excel. I don't know if I like that decision or not, but we're into it now. I mean, it is what it is. I'm just expecting him to be superstar, which if he is, I love the pick every day of the week. Because that one DN, sure, he's star and he's kind of young, but like really isn't playing well, you know? And that's kind of the whole point of, you know, building a good roster is that they actually play well. I might go with Jason Hardison as well, as I don't think Kinlaw is like the long-term option. We need 2 linemen. The center, I think, is a clear cut, but the guard spot, I mean, there's so many different guards. I think Jelani Johnson is who I'd want the most, as Kerr's a 2 to 3, so he's sooner to go, and he's a little bit more raw anyways, so I think we're going to trade down to the third round. So we trade 33 and Fitzpatrick for 72, 93, and 136, which should be able to land us a couple of players, specifically that DT. That DT looks good, which if Kinlaw needs to be re-signed soon, if he's decent, I say Kinlaw will be gone then. But let's take a look at what we have got rolling for ourselves. The center for sure, and then that DT. I think we need the center a little bit more, though, so I'd rather risk the DT than the center. Jalen Darby looks decent, and he is hidden development trait, really small, so, well, not small, 6'1", 304, but you know what I mean. He's undersized, kind of. That'll be the guy. That'll be the center. What else do we have? That DT is an A finesse, B block shed, but A finesse is super solid. B tackle, strong, decently athletic. Some of his ratings are lacking a little bit, though, so do I really want to make that play? I mean, I do, but do I need to? I don't know. We're just going to go to our next pick, and if the DT's there, we're going to grab him. It's not like the biggest need. Once again, we have Kinlaw for another year, and maybe there's other DTs that we can grab from free agency anyways, but he is there, so Mr. Jason Hardison, welcome to the squad. Another hidden. Now that is more challenging to get. A defensive tackle hidden, especially in the third round, is a massive win. And Flowers does look good, but we don't really need a linebacker just yet. Wow, his bench press really sucks, but he is super fast. Holy. We added a 5th round next year with our 93rd pick to move up 8 spots with the Steelers. Interdivisional, I do not care. It's the 3rd round. And with this pick, we're going to be grabbing the future guard, hopefully in Mr. Jelani Johnson. I think he was the best remaining. Still a little iffy, for sure, but all of the guards were. It's just he has more potential than Stalling. So Jelani Johnson, welcome to the squad. Another hit, and that's a huge one. Once again, the center, kind of expected. This guy, who looks exactly like the DN, by the way, was a little more questionable, and in the end, it worked out. Also, we should actually cheese real quick. If the game doesn't know the difference, I'm going to go for that linebacker. We should cheese this. They got us projected high, dude. Like, no shot we're this bad. I'm not going to get rid of my first round pick in case we do suck, but there's no way we're the first pick next year. There's just no chance. There's no way. I'm going to keep the scheme and everything the same, but there's just no shot in hell that's going to be the case. But with that, we traded up. We grab Max Flowers. We see the hidden development trait, and we get excited. Or we don't. Still has potential, very fast. 66 strength with that 14 reps. Gaines goes right before my pick. I wonder if Hill's still there. Neither were great players, but they were athletic players. Oh, man. Micah Hills is a lot worse. A 5th round. I'm going to grab him. We need the depth anyways. 93 speed, 94 excel. A little bit faster than I would have thought, actually. If this guy is that fast, the other guy that we just missed, Gaines, must have been blazing. We only have 1 pick left, and it is this round, 6th round. We're going to go with the Panthers, who aren't a great team. They're also after, getting us that 7th round pick, so obviously we will take that easily. Oh my god. 78 overall. Of course, really fast. Excel's great. Power move's solid. Block shed's decent. Finesse move is pretty damn good. This guy's insane. I think we need a right end, so that's probably where he's going to play. He's obviously going to start, and his development trait is... Ooh! X Factor, baby. Is that my first X Factor of the year, actually? I think it is. I really don't even grab many superstars, let alone... Damn, dude. X Factorious. Not bad. Of course, Darby, a finesse blocker as a center. Nice, I guess. Is a star development trait player. We landed a bunch of hiddens, actually. The DT even was hidden. 72 overall defensive tackle. Finesse is solid. Depending if we can get rid of Kinlaw, I may try to this year, but I don't know if we can with the pen. And he is also star. What else do we have? Jelani Johnson was a 74 overall. Really? Another finesse type, which is kind of a mad L. We need a left guard more than right guard, as we got Trey Smith. We really should cheese it. Like, not even just to cheese it to, like, get our best value out of those picks, but also just to cheese it so we can get a good player on top of it. Obviously, a little raw for Max Flowers, but coverage is pretty decent. He just sucks at block shedding. And then the cornerback, what was his man in zone? Damn, I was going to put him at safety. No shot of doing that. Yo, look at this dude. He's a rookie with 98 throw power. Looking like Luda back in the day. I mean, sure, backup, why not? All right, year 4, technically year 3. Call it whatever you want. We are in a great spot now. Sucks we lost Dobbins, Dev, but the offensive line looks great. Probably better than 90% of the rebuilds I've already done so far. Tight end looks great. Wide receivers is better than, 90% of the rebuilds I've done so far. Quarterback, obviously, he's an superstar. Headed to X Factor, hopefully. Linebackers are great. Their overalls are decent, and obviously, we got some youth still, and we have some devs there. Safety may need to be looked at as DJ Reid is a one-year guy, and he's not even that great of an overall at strong safety. Hatchet, same situation. D-line, though. Obviously, we're set with Blade. Obviously set with Sweat for these next 2 years. DT number 2, Kinlaw. Hardison's probably going to take his job. And then cornerback looks all right. I mean, like I said, we could literally go from 3-15. 3-14. That's the one. Not making the playoffs to quite possibly legitimately winning a Super Bowl this season. It would not shock me at all. And we're still on the Browns playbook. It seemed okay, so I'm just going to keep rolling with it, I suppose, for now. This is going extremely well. I will say, though, the defense is giving up a lot of points right now. And once again, we are still on the same exact playbook and scheme and all that. I've changed nothing. Of course, we have a sick team right now. Our team does look very good, so it doesn't surprise me that we're doing okay. And we are getting things like QB breakouts completed and whatnot, but just throwing that out there. We're going from 3-14 to 6-3 already. I can see, some suspect behavior happening here, even though the team is sick. All right, Chris Barnes, kind of interested in re-signing. Not a terrible contract, and with the 80 mil cap room, probably will give him that deal. Kinlaw, unlikely. It's nice to actually have options for once. And then DJ Reid, he's not even asking for that much. The man just keeps getting tossed around here and just like, what can you do? But, yeah, I mean, Chris Barnes, one of these bad boys, but a 3-year instead, 3-year 26. The length is bringing this offer weight. It really isn't, but like if you mean like for your interest, yeah, I suppose. So a little up and down, but overall a pretty damn good season. Once again, dude, giving up so many points and not consistently winning. The Ravens had themselves a crazy win streak, I would imagine. Quarterback looked like he had a really good year, as you can see the numbers. He was number 1 in yards, I believe. 3 losing games after the 4 matchups right at the end. But the Ravens, they must have won a lot in a row because, yeah, look at that. 5 straight wins to get to the playoffs. And, I mean, they're kind of on a run here. Maybe too hot to stop. Going up against us, of course. Looking at our numbers, Jimmy Steffens, what a year. 5,700 yards, 48 touchdowns, 10 picks. He's an X factor now. Dobbins was pretty good with his yard per carry, and the touchdowns were crazy. CeeDee Lamb, dude. Holy. 25 touchdowns, 1,950 yards. Like I said, I didn't change the scheme or anything like that on either side of the ball. Blocking was a little bit better, but still, not perfect. Linebackers, okay. Trent Blade, the X factor, 9.5 sacks. 8.5 for Sweat, which is okay. It's definitely an improvement. Barnes, maybe an X factor because of the interceptions. We ended up giving him that 4-year deal, so definitely seems like a good decision. 4 missed kicks out of 12. It was 4 blocks. McIntosh is either not getting enough lift on it, taking too long, or this line sucks. And, of course, looking at the yearly awards, MVP for the rookie. Well, I call him a rookie, he's our rookie. The Offensive Player of the Year goes to CeeDee Lamb. Rookie of the Year awards, you got one on defense. Best quarterback, number 2, really didn't win best QB. CeeDee Lamb, best wide receiver. What about, really? No Devontae. It is what it is. O-line at number 3, and that's it. D-line, number 10. Linebacker, really all the way at 9 for 131 tackles and 6 interceptions. DJ Reid at number 3 for his interceptions, and then kicking. I mean, the man literally got blocked like 100 times. Like, what do you expect? Ooh, a snowy one. That would be a lot of fun, actually. I really wish, like, I seen a video on Twitter of some, like, mod of, like, legit heavy snow. and it was sick as hell. I wish that was in the game because this snow is real weak stuff. It is kind of pathetic. Of course, 90% of the time, snow games aren't going to be crazy heavy because they do a good job of, kind of clearing it. But sometimes you get those games, dude, Eagles versus Lions, where they shouldn't even be playing, you know what I mean? But of course, 24-10, not a good start. Huge drive, but it took too long. Defense, we're going to have to change the defensive scheme because the offense sucks anyways. But 41-17, two teams that are very similar. The MVP of the league. But you know what? He's not grandfathered in. That's the problem. He's not grandfathered in like Lamar Jackson is. Terrible running performance. I mean, what is this, dude? Like, we're even teams, and we're at home, and we get smoked. Like, why is Sim like this, dude? It just makes no sense. They have no one on their team that can cover the big three on this squad. And I'm not even counting Dobbins. How would you stop 295-plus overall wide receivers and a huge, fast tight end? I don't care if it's in the snow. How would you stop them? You can't. You legitimately can't. Look at the receiving threats here. Like, how do you stop this offense? You don't. Yet they allowed only 17 points, and while we gave up 41. Like, how would you stop them? I really legitimately don't have the answer for you. And at this point, I legitimately don't know what to do to make the team better. I mean, do we get a little more risky and spend a little more in free agency, perhaps? That's probably the only thing I can think of. Of course, the Falcons and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, as you would expect. And the winner of that one is the Falcons. I also got another achievement. Win MVP. Nice, 80 gamer score. Can't wait for our quarterback to drop Dev. X Factor still. Everyone else is still, the devs they are on offense. Defensively, Barnes is an X Factor. And it felt like we lost a Dev somewhere else, but we didn't. I don't believe we did. So I'm going to go. Oh, yeah, we gained Dev and DJ Reid, but of course we're letting him go. So maybe sign a 6 safety perhaps. And I really don't know what else to do. I really don't. I couldn't tell you. So these contracts, if we get them, will probably screw us for the long-term future. But, I mean, some of these offers are pretty competitive, and they're really good players. We're hoping for the best. No, we didn't get Stingley, but if you could choose between Dax and Hill and Stingley, this is obviously the better choice. I tried to actually do a 4-year, but when I reset, because I needed to up the offer, I must have forgot to bump the year by 1 as well. But cornerback would have been nice to have, but I suppose we didn't actually technically need him. So, yeah, I mean, probably going to look to draft corner perhaps, as Gardner Johnson might be needing the contract soon enough, and he's kind of not really developing super well right now. We could use it ET. John Franklin Myers would be all right, but oh, I didn't see Jordan freaking Davis was in there. Oh, I sold so hard. How good actually is he at this point? I'm kind of curious. Yeah, I mean, once again, that's kind of the big question mark. Is he going to develop as a pure pass rusher, which some sick preseason videos I'm seeing and practice videos, but overall, yeah, not really developed super well here. But yeah, I mean, really at this point, we're kind of just drafting to protect the roster from financial issues rather than needing to draft starters at this point. We've actually made ourselves pretty good. So we got 50 mil to work with, but of course we do have to pay some players next year, so let's knock that out. Oh, please. Please tell me we can get rid of Myles Garrett at this point. Oh, bye! I'm sorry, Myles. I'm not like, I don't hate you. It's just, I hated the contract you were on, of course. Jenkins needs to be paid, which shouldn't be too much more than he's getting paid now. Bernier. So we need to draft linebacker for sure. We always need to draft linemen. You always got to keep adding to those, to that. Maybe D-end. Definitely cornerbacks. We have 2 guys that need a contract, and they may both, not get it. Bass, I mean, we had to sign him because our current kicker got blocked too many times. So, yeah, I mean, linebacker, corner, a lot of defensive stuff, and 1 lineman wouldn't hurt. All right, pick 23. I mean, I have a couple of guys that, could be up here. I had a guy that was probably top 10 pick at cornerback. He looked all right, but I think we might just take a shot at... Ooh, Bailey does look pretty decent too, though. I was thinking of taking the shot at the guy that they actually suggested to us, which is Joe Hayden, who, of course, is a round 1 talent, which is obviously really solid. 22 years old, 6'1", pretty damn athletic. I mean, I'd be willing to bet on him. There's a couple of decent-looking cornerbacks here. We also do have this D-end. He's an A-power, A-tackle. We might need to replace the guy we currently have at left end, so That wouldn't be the worst call in the world, because corner, we could probably get late second. Yeah, I think I'm going to actually take Dante Bradley. I wasn't going to. I didn't really have a chance, or didn't really think about it. I'm a little worried about it, but a power move with an A tackle, surely he's got to at least be usable, even if he's like normal dev, which he is not. That is a win. He's 21 years old as well, so he has a little bit longer to develop on top of it. We should actually trade that D end off, actually, as well. The guy with star development trait, because he's still probably usable. Just got to trade him off to a team that, of course, needs him. I really want Bailey, though, but I'm willing to go with Hayden because we have that round 1 talent locked in. So probably going to ask for like a mid-second here on a trade-up. Pick 55 and 119 for 46. Might have actually been able to get away with less than that, but hey, whatever gets us our draft pick, you know, that's all that matters. Which will be used on... Oh, wow, Bailey was still there. Well, that's a bit of a sell, and he's in division still, or interdivisional still. Hayden, please be good. Joe Hayden, welcome to the squad. Hidden Dev, okay. Prospect Spotlight, looking juiced. I appreciate it. Ooh, speaking of Prospect Spotlight, we really should have looked to see if that quarterback that they recommended that one time is... Oh, crap, I forgot about that tackle. Was good, but it's too late now because I don't even remember who the hell it was. We're actually going to go to our next pick, which may be the middle linebacker Curry. He is a day 3, though, so maybe I should have actually traded up because we actually might need him because I don't know if we're going to be able to afford all the linebackers we have. He is still there. Kind of looks a little raw, but has that A zone coverage. He's tall, he's young, and he's fast, so I'm going to grab him. And another hidden development trait linebacker. Actually, no, not linebacker, but player anyways. And we're going to trade our remaining picks for a pick 125 from Houston to grab whatever best remaining wide receiver is, because there's a lot of fast ones. Oh, there's only one left. Okay, Quincy Highsmith, 5'11", 22 years old, blazing fast, of course, and probably going to be the replacement of Anthony, 97 speed. Ooh, not looking great elsewhere, but that speed is good, and that's kind of all that matters, thankfully. But I have to be honest with you, with the way the roster is built right now, the way we have to pay contracts coming up here, even though it seems like we have plenty of money to work with, I think this is the window. I think this is the season to do it. 77, don't tell me we landed another X Factor. Because he's looking very, very similar to the guy we just drafted pick 1 overall. Obviously, this is nowhere near pick 1 overall, but development trait is superstar. So he's kind of like a poor man's version of him. That is good drafting. 75 overall for Joe Hayden, who will be our number 3. He's also kind of like a safety build, if you will. Let's take a look at what his dev is. Can't imagine he's higher than star since they did suggest him to us. And yeah, he is star development trait. And Curry, 72 overall, middle linebacker. Great hit power, rough block shed, good coverage, good catching, and probably star, but you never know. You might be able to get a sneaky superstar here and there, and we do not today. And then the wide receiver, who is a 70 overall because he's fast, is a bit of a project, but that's kind of what Anthony was anyways, so don't have to pay Anthony at least. Interdivisional, Potter and Beecham to the Bengals for pick 45. All right, is this year 5? Is this technically year 4? I don't even know what year it is, but what I can tell you this is the team is not going to be able to get too much better than where we are right now. The best we can see is Steffens will probably get to 99 at some point, maybe even like 97, 98 by the end of the year. The wide receivers may both be 99 as Lamb's already there. The tight end could be in like somewhere in the 90s, but you also do have to start factoring in the contracts. Obviously, we have a ton of money right now, but the quarterback is going to want something like 50, maybe 60 million per year, which he's going to get from us. And yeah, I mean, it's not the best team in the world, but once again, you can't expect a rebuild to ever get to the point where you're 90 plus overall in every position. It's just impossible because the money becomes a problem, and just drafting and signing players, it's just really tough to do. But this is a very good team that is going to have a really good shot this year to maybe win it all. Oh, Curry's got a +4 to block shed, even though he's not even starting. So 130 mil. We have to pay some players. We're going to start paying them because I want to keep our good players, of course. A 5-year 90, please. You could do more. Okay, you could stop giving up so many sacks each season, but that's a different story. Elton Jenkins, 2-year 38. Oh, my God. Why does everything got to be so hard? Oh, my God, though. Oh, my word. Oh, my word. He's really good, though, dude. He's insane, especially for a guy that's being developed by us and not, like, pre-developed in the game. He might be worth it 5-year 92? No, you can't. 20 million per for a coverage linebacker is not something you're going to guarantee in free agency. It's just not true. I'm sick. I'm sick of this, dude. We're one of the best teams in the league, and nobody wants to re-sign for anything under like 50 mil per year or something. Lynch. All right. Things are getting interesting here. Okay, so we do have a ton of money. We're gonna bump everyone's offer by like 3 mil per year, I think. I offered him 20 million per year over 5 years, and he thinks free agency will be better for him in the long term. Sure, I suppose. His offer has changed. Oh, wow. He wants even more money. I've got my interest in my fan. Okay. So his expected offer is actually not what he wants. Okay. Did we offer him 100 million already, by the way? 5-year 105. I need a... Okay, I guess this is a bit of a joke. This is a bit of a joke. Like, a lot of these contracts are actually comparable to real life, let alone in-game where they've like historically taken less than real life values. All right, 3-year 70 for Elton Jenkins. We at least got somebody back, as we may be losing more. I can't do more than a 110. Like, he's a great player, but I can't. Okay, that's shocker. He would have accepted that. Of course, I will say, you know, the salary cap has increased significantly. 1 year, 14.5. We are really getting bled here by these guys. But overall, we do have a lot of money left. I just don't know who we have to pay going forward. We'll end up tagging Davidson because I can't imagine it's too much more than the 20 mil per year we were offering him. And then Lynch, he is a nose tackle, but I do like him. A 4-year 46 pretty much. He accepts it. We still have 100 mil to work with. Sweat's gone because we have a better replacement in the mix. Murphy Bunting's gone because we have a replacement that's kind of similar to him, and also we could just pay someone in free agency that's just a god to put us over the edge if this isn't our season, which so far it's looking a little iffy, I'm going to be honest. I'm actually not sure if we're going to make the playoffs with this insane roster. And we missed! Are you kidding me? Bro, I'm actually really freaking mad, dude. I'm actually so pissed. We are literally one of the, if not the best teams in the freaking league, and we missed the playoffs. I bet you the Buccaneers didn't miss the playoffs. How much you want to damn bet they didn't miss the playoffs? Oh, wow, the Buccaneers missed the playoffs. More great sim. Well, no matter what, next season is the last season I'm doing, because once again, I thought this year was potentially the best we're going to get, but I guess maybe we'll get a little bit better. I'm not sure. Once again, we do have to pay a quarterback, which is going to be like half of our current available salary, and there may be more on the way. I imagine there will be. So we're about to lose like 20 mil on the tag, maybe more from the... Well, we'll go over this after we have our roster set, but let's take a look at the stats and awards from a 10-7 season where we missed the playoffs, having the best roster in the league. A 46 touchdown to 4 interception performance with 4,700 yards was not good enough to make the playoffs, of course, as you would expect. Devontae Smith is absolutely going to drop in dev. The tight end may also drop in dev. Blocking 90-plus overall lineman, giving up 15 sacks, as you do. X-Factor DN, only having 7.5 sacks. 8 for Sweat. Picks. 8 for Sean Murphy Bunting, as we're going to let him go every single time. Bass, missing 5 kicks out of 21 as a superstar, one of the best kickers in the game. And then we'll take a look at the awards, which we probably won MVP. Wow! Really? 6th in MVP for that season, touchdown to pick ratio-wise. I'm sure of it. I'm absolutely sure of it. Best wide receiver, best DB, and that is it. The Raiders versus the Falcons. The winner is the Raiders. Love how the Falcons are just like somehow the best team in the league because of clearly their roster, not like playbooks or anything like that. I mean, look at their front page of talent. Of course, they did get Diggs and McCaffrey from free agency and all that, but this is their front page of talent, so the bottom is a 92 overall with morale boost because they just made the Super Bowl. And then ours is a 93, yet we are the team that can't make the playoffs somehow. So Davidson is actually cheaper to tag. Thank you, Davidson, for making that really easy on us. Sean Murphy Bunting does go to Superstar, but once again, his value clearly isn't that great since we didn't make the playoffs with him on the squad. And even the fullback, a 3-year 12. Like, do you realize like how dumb that is? Pretty much any fullback in history gets an offer to remain on the team, they're going to accept it because the position is almost dead and there are zero guarantees at that spot, I will tell you what. But we have 104 mil. Just to be careful, once again, this is the last season. I do not care about our salaries going forward other than the quarterback, so I will save about 70 mil just to be sure we can re-sign him and maybe like another player if we need to. But I will be spending some money in free agency to grab a new cornerback, and that's probably it, unless there's a sick DT. Of course, Bernier, I'm glad we had to pay a 5-year, $110 million deal for a guy that dropped in dev. That's always fun. But yeah, that's the plans. Whatever the highest overall corner is, he's joining the team, which I'm hoping there's someone decent there. Williams does not want to join us. Aaron Donald is actually really interested, which we could probably give him that $26 million on a 1 year to stick around. And of course, there are no cornerbacks here. This is fun. Oh, by the way, I changed his offer to a fully guaranteed deal, and his value, actually, his want for the contract actually dropped compared to a deal like this. God, this game's great. It's great. It's great. Watch, that was 28 mil, and this is what 30 mil with 25 guaranteed looks like. He's less interested. Nah, dude, nah. I need to earn my money. All the things I've done in previous years doesn't matter. Do I want a guarantee? So if I get injured, you can't really kind of like cut me or whatever. Nah, dude. Nah. I want to risk it. Why would I want it fully guaranteed? That makes no sense. That's stupid. What a game. We do not get Jamel Dean, but we do get Aaron Donald on a 1 year, $30 million deal. And we get Jamel Dean on a 1 year, 11, which puts us around 63 mil remaining in cap. We will, of course, also be adding Aaron Donald to the defensive tackle spot rather than the right end. And we will still probably barely make the playoffs. Look at this running back, dude. This guy's kind of busted. He's 6 foot tall, 234 pounds, with a 4.27 40. 3-cone drill, he's first. 20-yard shuttle, he's second. Vertical, he's first with nearly 40. Bench is decent. Broad is solid. B trucking, A-stiff, our spin move. We don't really know a whole lot about him, to be honest, but he looks decent and super fast, and also a top 5 running back, so I mean, he's kind of good. Obviously, it's a little out of our range, even if we did want him, but it's kind of sick still. And the Jets actually take him number 1 overall. I don't know who the running back is. Don't know if it's still Brees, because the teams, they literally just grab whatever. I also didn't expect to have this. I forgot we had this high of a pick. Do we go with Mike Carey instead of who we had on our list? 22 years old. His 40's not as good as our guy, but an A-catch, C-man. C-man. Lol, dude. Lol. Our guy is faster. We probably could get him with a trade down, but Mike Carey. Nah, I'm going to take Mike Carey. He's a little bit more guaranteed. Mike Carey, welcome to the team. Hidden development trait. Maybe would have, went a little bit earlier than I would have expected. But hey, we get a guy for the future at a position of need. It's kind of funny, though, that we go from Murphy Bunting to his former teammate Jamel Dean. We don't know everything about this guy, but Steffens is interesting. His zone coverage sucks, but his tackle and hip power are great. He's 21. His man coverage is C. He is pretty athletic for his size. It's a risk, but for one, we don't really need anything. I'm just going to grab him anyways. And he is hidden development trait, which is nice. He's a little slower than I would have thought, but just fast enough since he is 6'3". I just hope he's actually strong, even though, once again, we probably won't even start him, actually. Like, we won't this season, but, I don't even know if we'll ever see him, because, like I said, this is probably going to be my last season, because I am actually, I have legitimately a headache. This game is really pissing me off. And do we take the chance on another nose tackle? I'm going to do it. Daniel Hull. Really, dude? A 3 to 4 is normal? Didn't we grab the other guy, super late? That's going to be a bust. He's going to be an okay player, but since he's normal, it's really not going to be that special of a pick. And once again, we are going a little early, but day 3 could literally mean a 4th-round pick, so we are going to be grabbing Deontay Slate, who is a hidden development trait player. Next pick is the 4th round. Let's move to the next spot, I suppose. Which, we do have the center. What about Randy Johnson, though? 6'3", 22, kind of built like the other guy we just drafted. Although that other guy probably will start. We don't really need the center either, though. I'm just going to go with the linebacker, Randy Johnson. Why not? Randy Johnson, normal development trait, very athletic. A 5th and 2 7ths to move up with the Colts to grab that center and call it a draft. And he was normal, sadly. I also don't know what kind of money we're going to have, but I think we may have overpaid in free agency. 76 overall for the cornerback. I do want to compare him to Stephenson, in fairness. Really bad. Well, not really bad, but iffy man coverage, really good zone coverage. Jumping does suck. But let's take a look at his development trait. Kind of want to compare him to Stephenson. Also change his number to, like, yeah, 21, fair enough. Star only, which is a little bit of an L, but it's okay. 73 overall for the safety, who's going to be a backup. I mean, his zone coverage isn't terrible. He's a little raw, but 88 hit power, that's beautiful. It's beautiful to see. And his dev is also star. DT, I really don't care about Slate, to be honest. He's a backup. He's not going to start right away, and we won't see what his dev is anyways. Oh, I do want to see that running back, actually. 84 overall. 98 speed. This has got to be one of those generationals. But his injury, stamina, and toughness sucks. He also has no catching. Speed is immense, though, which, I mean, 98 speed at a running back is, like, almost impossible to get. What is his dev? Oh, he is. That must be a generational. You guys try to say that that kicker I got wasn't generational. I still think he was. I don't care. I'm still going to die on that hill. But that running back we ain't arguing about. He's absolutely generational. And this guy's generational too. Like a generational bust. I have never seen a player that bad in CPU draft history, probably. Stephenson was a 77 overall, however normal. I would still much rather have him, though. But thankfully it is a rebuild, so I don't really care too much. But yeah, that would be a massive sell by us if that was, if this wasn't a rebuild, because that guy has our guy beat in literally everything by a lot except for dev. Which, once again, when it's only normal to star, you can almost argue that him being normal is actually a bonus. The team literally, at this point, probably could not get worse. Literally, probably. 99 overall wide receiver 1. Of course, Devontae Smith does drop in dev as expected, but a 97 overall wide receiver 2. That release is awful, by the way. A 90 overall tight end. 89 left tackle, 85 plus left guard, 85 plus center, 93 right guard, 92 right tackle, 99 quarterback, 97 running back. You kind of get the point, right? This is the last season, whether we make it all the way to Super Bowl win, make it all the way to Super Bowl lose, we get to the playoffs, lose the first game, whatever it happens, we go 6-11. I don't care. This is the final season I am going to put up with for Sim. I don't know if I'll ever do a 10, 15, 20, 30-year rebuild this year because I don't know if I can take it. All right, here we are, about to find out how much money we have. So a 7-year 341. Okay, got to get out the calculator. This is kind of wild. 48.7 mil. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. How do I get this to 50 per? That's close enough, right? You need to do... Oh, my God. This again, bruh. Of course, CeeDee Lamb, a 5-year deal. He is worth every penny for us so far. I am going to make that happen if we can. No longer term commitment. A 5-year deal. How long do you want? And, of course, Aaron Donald asking for a lot less in this. Oh, my God. Nobody wants to re-sign. Whoa. Man, this... Okay, I knew this was going to be a problem before they unveiled it or when they unveiled it. Just nobody wants to re-sign. We have the most talented team in the league. We have money to spend, and nobody has a single interest. Literally red interest. Okay, yeah. Good game. I'm actually kind of losing it, dude. Like, if this wasn't the final year of the rebuild, I'd actually end recording right now and just, like, do something else, because I literally need a break from this. This is driving me nuts. Finally, that guy, at least, We tried to give him a 5-year 100 before, and he wants a 5-year 90 now instead. I'm not really sure how that works, but... Thank you, I suppose, for helping us out. This is a big problem O-lineman-wise. We probably should have kept Trey Smith instead of the other. Nah, actually, that was a smart call. We're probably going to let Trey Smith go because we just can't afford everyone. Bryce will be gone. Isaiah Simmons will be gone. These are the 2 kicker punters we just signed because we had nobody back it up. But we're actually okay. We are still losing talent, but we're okay. I would like to play for a new team next year when I offered him a deal that would be paying him $51.5 million per year. Okay. You've only got the best receiving group in the league and one of the best offensive lines, but yeah, sure, dude. I enjoyed playing. Okay, yeah, I'm done, dude. I really don't care anymore. I really don't. Oh, big market. Oh, win percentage. Oh, no. Oh, no. Those things are so bad. Oh, I'm not re-signing now. Like, the franchise quarterback is a sliver. Whereas the career coach win percentage, which could be completely messed up because of previous rosters, plays the majority of the factor as a pass catcher. I'm done. I'm just gonna send the season and call it. I've actually raged. Like I'm literally mentally checked out of this already. I really don't care anymore. Every single player on the team wants to be paid like the #1 player in the league, whether they deserve it or not. 11-6. I changed nothing about the scheme, even though that's probably going to be the leading cause of us not winning a playoff game, because playbooks still mean more than anything in the game. We'll take a look at the stats and awards real quick. Jimmy Steffen's worst year than last year, but of course, 51.5 mil per year over 7 years. Not worth the money, obviously. He wants more than that. Looking at the defensive line, of course, Aaron Donald, he played pretty well for us. Blade was better. Lynch, who's not even a pass rusher, did well. Kicking, Younghoe Koo looked pretty good. Dixon was really solid. Let's take a look at all the awards. James Porter has been kind of killing it for a while now. Nasir Givens, Rookie of the Year. I mean, this guy's probably a god. 3-14, though. Best wide receiver again from Lamb. Best kicker from Younghoe Koo. And let's play this. You know what? Honestly, I don't even care anymore. I really don't. We, of course, lose. I've actually, I don't care. I really don't. Of course, Sim, really bad, obviously. And, of course, the Lions and the Colts in the Super Bowl, as you would expect. And the winner of that is the Detroit Lions. I mean, could you have asked for a better realistic ending to the rebuild? I don't think you could. Not a failed rebuild, just, playing Madden in 2022. That's really it. That's all I can really say. Barnes, he was a really good signing for us. He actually looked really good. I do care about some of the players, I guess. The sim kind of pisses me off. So we'll take a look at the development of the team. Obviously, CeeDee Lamb is insane. Literally almost 99 everything here. Let's take a look at Dobbins, who, even though we didn't develop him technically, I am kind of curious to see how good he is. Trucking and stiff arm really never developed, but he is a super elusive, fast guy. Quarterback is a 99 overall, did drop in Dev. I don't know if he necessarily deserved to, but it is what it is. Looking like Penguin from Batman. What about, we already seen Devontae Biggers. He is 93 overall. Dropped his Dev as well, which is kind of unfortunate, but probably deserved. Very good player, obviously. He's a pretty good route runner and very fast. O-line, I'm actually curious about Davidson because he's a very high overall. Did he develop any power? He did not. He is a finesse-only guy. You put anyone with even 80 power move on that edge, and you are getting through there. Easy money. Barnes, I am curious about because, once again, he went from, like a mid-70s star to an X-Factor 90 overall. Great coverage, okay block shedding. And it's really fun that every time I go out of checking a defender, it brings you back to the offensive side of the ball. 97 power move, a couple speed upgrades, and I think a couple of excel upgrades for Blade. Finally got himself a chance to look good, but we really didn't get much of a chance to use him. What else do we have? Simmons, don't care too much about. Bernier, whatever. A super expensive contract, great block shedding, pretty damn good in coverage. I mean, he is a really good player, in fairness, but very costly, obviously. Very costly. Daxton Hill. Whoa, hold up. My man's went from X Factor to star. Was that like 2 years and I just kind of didn't pay attention to him? That is a mad L. Holy. Oh, God. Anything else? Bryce Hall finally goes to superstar. Don't care too much. Let's take a look at Lynch, the nose tackle playing in a 4-3. 88 block shed, 99 strength. What else do we have defensively? That was kind of it, right? Let's look at Hatchet because, You know, was he a corner that we put at safety, I think? I mean, he's pretty good. He's getting there. He's getting there, but of course, doesn't matter anymore as we are about to rage quit this rebuild. We did everything we could. We built the best roster in the league, and ultimately, you know, with some people asking, stick with the same playbooks, it ultimately was the downfall of this team. We ultimately did not win the Super Bowl because the playbooks play the entire factor of how well you play in Sim. But I actually do kind of want to see the re-signings real quick. I kind of want to see like the tag and all that for some of these guys. That is so frustrating when you're offering literal top dollar real life, let alone in-game, and they don't want to sign because, the coach's win percentage or something. Because I'm sure that's what people want, right? Negotiate. Wait, I thought he said he wanted to play for a new team, no? Did you not want to play for a new team? Oh, now he does. I enjoyed your time, and you want to... 47.6 for the tag, which is less than we were offering per year. Not interested. I actually shouldn't have done that because I kind of wanted to see like what the rest of the guys' tags are. But yeah, that's going to be the rebuild of our 0 overall Cleveland Browns team. If you guys enjoyed it before this last like season or two, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I'm going to tell you how, tell it how it is. I'm not going to be like, oh, darn, we missed the playoffs another year. Ha ha ha. If I'm going to be mad because something's really stupid, I'm going to call it out, simply put. If you're not new, appreciate your continued support a ton, especially in these trying times of rebuilds. Obviously, 5 minutes after this, I'm not going to even care anymore. It's just another Madden bullcrap scenario, sim, EA not knowing what they're doing situation. And yeah, if you guys have any more ideas for rebuilds in the future, let me know in the comment section below. I think the next rebuild we would do is probably like Sunday would be a Packers rebuild. So a little bit from now it will be the next rebuild. Tomorrow, Seahawks probably with maybe face of the franchise. I don't know. I do like doing experiment videos like, the 2004 Michael Vick video. We could do like, Adrian Peterson again. Some other experiments I might do like what if you took the best player off of each divisional team and switched them and all that. But I do just like playing pure franchise as well. And the odd rebuild is fun at times when you're rebuilding a bad team, but man, when this kind of situation happens and then this new, re-signing, I've always, at least for the last, couple of rebuild, Madden years for rebuilds, I've paid players fairly compared to real-life contracts, compared to real-life players that I think are comparable. And this year's game with this whole stupid tags thing, which just is not working. It just doesn't work. It's really frustrating. You have guys that are choosing warm weather locations over money. That doesn't happen, dude. It just doesn't. If I'm paying the top dollar by a lot, they don't care if I am in literal Russia, dude. They are coming for the money, And obviously it's not going to be as bad as, completely different country, in war times. But anyways, this was a rant. This is a real hoot of a rebuild. That's about it. Maybe follow me at Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel PK plays for non-Madden stuff, which I'm hoping to get back into shortly. Like I said, hopefully by Friday, have another Far Cry video up. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video,